It's Ryan. I hope and pray that everybody's doing well. I just wanted to give a brief update as it pertains to Circle Group leadership as we're going into the fall of this year. A couple of things that I just wanted to focus on specifically this week deal with the idea of spiritual gifts. So with our four outcomes at the church, we talk about intimacy with God, we talk about Christ-like relationships, we talk about knowing and using your grace story, we also talk about knowing and using your spiritual gifts. And so for circle group leaders, one of the things that I want to make sure that we're in the communicative loop on, number one, is that you personally have identified and are functioning in the capacity of your gifting, number one. And then a question flows out of that, which is, do the people in your circle group know and understand what their spiritual gifts are? Now, I realize there's a whole battery of tests that have been offered out there for spiritual gifts, from the APES test, which identifies the prophet, the apostle, the prophet, the evangelist, the shepherd, and the teacher, and that's based on Ephesians 4:11. But there's also other gift mix tests and personality profiles, and so if you have questions about that, or you're looking for some help in that area, I'd be more than happy to help you with that. But one of the responsibilities that I want to make sure that we're tight and right on as circle group leaders is that we're talking about the outcomes that we value, and that if people in your circle group don't know fully what their specific spiritual gifts are, do you have a plan to help them discover what those spiritual gifts are? And so we have ways to do that online through our own web presence. But if you want some more specific help on how to do that, I'd be more than happy to do that and help you. Feel free to email me at rkozey@thechapel.com. The next question that I want to ask of you as circle group leaders is, now it's one thing to know what your spiritual gifts are, but it's another thing above and beyond that to ask the question, are you meaningfully plugged in and using your spiritual gifts either in the church or in the community? And so, we talk about wanting to set a missional edge in our circle groups. And part of that is helped and enhanced greatly when people are functioning in the sweet spot of their gift mix, and they're either doing that in the church, which exposes them to a certain aspect of lostness, that there are people that come here every Sunday, either at Lockport or at Cheektowaga or at Cross Point, that there are people that come here unconvinced of the gospel. And so if you're functioning in the capacity of your gift mix, God may be using you directly or indirectly to be a part of the proclamation of the gospel in people's lives. That's a big thing. But above and beyond that also is perhaps the sweet spot of their gift mix is better used in the community, in this region, and therefore they're living on mission. They are being that Matthew 5, that salt and that light in the lostness of Western New York. I don't want to take for granted that people know their spiritual gifts, and I don't want to take for granted that people are serving in the capacity of their gift mix. And here's why. We've collected data on this. And so we know that roughly 40% of the people that call the chapel home would identify with us as saying, based on past research, I'm not fully certain what my spiritual gift mix is. 40%. That's a large population of people that call the chapel home. We want to help those folks. And in addition to that, we also know that less than 50% of the people that call the chapel home, either, again, Lockport, Cheektowaga, Cross Point, less than 50% of that cumulative population would say that I'm regularly functioning in an area of service, either in the church or in the community. And if we're going to be that salt and light, if we're going to be that saturation presence in joining God on His mission in the region, we can't sleep on spiritual gifts. We can't assume that everybody understands theirs, because we know that people, when privately surveyed, the anonymity of data, they would say, hey, I'm not fully certain what I'm gifted in, and more than half of our population is not actively engaged in an area of service, either in the church or in the community. So as circle group leaders, I want you to be aware of that. And I want you to be thinking about those things as it relates to whatever it is that you're diving into. That spiritual formation is huge, but mobilization is huge as well. And so let's not lose that as we try to lead circle groups throughout the region this year. God bless you, gang. If you have any thoughts, any questions, any concerns, or feedback, call me at 631-2636, extension 227, or you can email me at rkozey@thechapel.com. God bless you, gang. Love you, appreciate you, and Whatever I can do to best serve you, let me know.